Good evening. Been streaming. Low key here. Pleasure to have you on the channel. Excuse me while I adjust my light ever so slightly. How have you been? How was the week? I hope it has been good. And we can now relax and get a good conversation going. Tonight, talking about finding focus and alignment. It's an ever changing thing in my life, so I've found, but it's more setting a nice long term goal and then piecing it apart into what can make short term milestones to eventually getting to something big and worthwhile, and just having a feeling of relief that you're not wasting your time goofing off, knowing where you're headed and happy you're going there. I've found it in my life through, first of all, attacking the Japanese language, if I can say that. Bit of a story, but some time ago, I first lived in South Korea and I was there teaching English for 1 year. And the first 6 months, I was so focused on learning the Korean language, Hangulmal. And 6 months in, I was like, but I'm leaving in 6 months. I might as well have some fun. And I sort of put the books down, and my language ability dropped significantly in Korean. Went home, and later on, I would meet other people who had lived in Korea 5 years, some 10 years, some 8 years, and they had some pretty good Korean proficiency. And in my trying a little bit of everything of the buffet, I'd never really narrowed down my focus to one particular thing. And even though they say a jack of all trades, I had a very shallow understanding of the Korean language, and it can only get you so far. So when I was now living in Japan, I had it set that, you know what? I want to get this one down. I want to get hectic at it. And it was quite an undertaking. And sometimes you can feel really gutted, like, not going anywhere, hitting very severe plateaus. But the type of growth it can add to your life is immense, and the type of alignment and direction. And despite it having a very steep learning curve, it scares away a lot of competition. And the potential rewards at the end of it are actually quite nice. Japan having a declining population and it being a former global superpower, and just the huge mass of good Japanese media really made studying Japanese very rewarding, and it keeps me out of trouble and it grows your brain. Granted that the first time you learn a language, it is very mentally taxing and tiring because you're sort of rewiring your brain to learn and accept new symbols and think in a different way. But it's very rewarding when you finally make a step forward and you're like, I know a bit more today than I knew yesterday. And when you can now use it to start earning money, that's like the big achievement unlock sound posts, like a PlayStation or an Xbox, and you're like, yeah, earned money from knowing some Japanese. Excellent. That has been a big part in finding focus. Also, the fitness has also been something that, in a very similar way, it's challenging, keeps you growing, keeps you out of trouble, and is very, very beneficial once you start going somewhere with it. And I find when I'm away from such things, it I usually get myself in trouble. So, just to summarize everything that I've said with the two, learning Japanese and fitness, it helps you find focus. You set a goal. You want to climb to the top of the mountain, and eventually, what will start to happen is the things that get in the way of these goals start to fall away, and friends who aren't really on that level are also going to fall away, which you need. Deep down, that is something you need to find that alignment. You have to get rid of the things that are just distractions and in the way. And in the end, you'll even be wondering, why did I even have these people around me in the first place? And it'll also help your networking in a major way. Because once you start giving off that aura that you are somebody who wants to go somewhere, others headed in that direction are going to want to go with you. And those who don't want to go there need to just fall away. So I can't emphasize um, that enough, that finding that particular focus and alignment really starts with the goal and then breaking down that goal to manageable everyday habits that you can do every day. Because habits are what eventually create the momentum. And you can be super motivated for one day, but days when that motivation runs out, it simply will not carry you. And you really have to look deep inside and really set strong daily habits. Like there's certain times in my day where I feel like, you know what, I should be doing push-ups right now. Why haven't my push-ups being done? Some nights I can't even get to sleep because I'm like, wait, did I do my push-ups today? Oh, I have to get out of bed and do them. It has to happen. It must occur now. So it's why I also want to call my viewers the push-up gang, because another great way to find focus in your life is find alignment in those three things: your mental, your spiritual, and your physical, and really have routine to that and have certain habitual things that you need to do. And I feel like if you get your heart rate going and your muscles pumped to a certain direction, train the body, train the mind, it's all related in an interesting way. And you also aligning your nutrition to a certain thing. Eat the correct brain food so you can do the correct exercise and do the correct study. And it has made me really appreciate coffee even more on days where my brain is just not firing and you have to get through reading some paragraphs and get through some exercises. But the matcha has been a very nice substitute as well. And this is a very interesting topic, and I think I'll do a part two to this video tomorrow. Why not? And I think I'll leave tonight's live stream over there. If you enjoyed this message in any way, please like and comment below. Mr. Low Key, always great having you here on this channel, and I will see you tomorrow.